Good morning, afternoon, or evening, my YOGATX Sangha, my family. Bienvenidos a Mexico. So again, I'm here in my casita here in Mexico. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day, and I'm feeling quite energized. So what I want to share with you today is a full body practice where we will get into all planes of the body, waking up, your morning coffee, as I've said before. And also I encourage you to notice if you're able to stay in your breath when we're moving more quickly and we're doing practices or poses that are more challenging without overwhelm. So this very much will be a reflection of your life off the mat, on the mat. So in the physical form, are you able to regulate yourself? Can you keep the breath cool? Can you pay attention to the cadence of the heartbeat? Can you stay present when things get a little bit challenging, a little bit rocky, and can you be with that discomfort or that challenge? So that's my invitation for you today as we practice. And if ever you need to come down into child's pose or you want to lay in Shavasana, do what you need to do. This is your practice. Everything that I offer is just a suggestion. And I also encourage you to have props. You can have a block, you can have pillows, you can take encyclopedias or couch cushions from the house and make your practice more comfortable. You can slow it down if you need to. So that being said, let's start standing. So we're going to start connecting with Mother Earth. So placing the feet down on the ground, and you can lift the heels, set them down, lift the toes, press them down. Find a little bit of rocking here. Micro bend in the knees. I love the light in this room for your purposes. Maybe not so much for mine. It's like I'm in this kaleidoscope of light. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's sunny and yellow. When it rains, it's quite gray. So appreciate your surroundings. I encourage you to do your best to not look at the screen unless you need to. Come into stillness, ground the feet. Shrug the shoulders back, hands alongside the body, close the eyes. So you can listen to my words as we move through this practice. And do your best to guide yourself through those words. Really let them move through your body, interpret them in the way that feels the most organic for you. Maybe you do something a little different, that's fine, be curious. We're completely attached to our screens so much these days, so even though we are having a wonderful yoga class here on the computer or the phone, I encourage you to find a focal point that isn't the screen. Be in your body, be in your breath, and let's begin. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the hands up, nice and slow. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. And exhale to the heart. So we're going to do a little practice here, a bit of a mudra with the hands. We're going to make a fist. Bring the fist right underneath the throat and be very gentle with yourself. You can watch me first for this one. And we're going to connect some movement with our breath. We're going to inhale, come into a back bend, open the elbows. Exhale, pull the fist in together, press down through the chin to chest. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, down and in. Be gentle. Inhale. And exhale. And we're not pushing the fist up, we're kind of pushing the chin in. One last one. Inhale. Opposing forces here. And let go. Hands alongside the body. Inhale, reach up. Clasp the fingers together, pointer fingers pointing up. Step the feet together, lean the hips to the left, and arms to the right. You can look towards the left. Little pulses here, pressing into the left foot, stretching through the left side of the body into our gallbladder meridian. Back through center. Let's lean over to the left, hips to the right. Slight bend in that left knee, and you can look towards your right. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands down alongside the body. And if you've practiced with me before, just take a moment and relax here. We're coming into breath of fire, so you might know where we're going. If not, we're going to connect the voice with our movement today, and we're going to release some energy. So you can watch me first. It's going to be 3 small inhalations that are quite aggressive, and then 1 exhale where we let it all out. So we're in times where we need to learn to disperse our energy. So I encourage you to make noise, get big, and let everything go. It's going to look like this. So we're going to go forward, sideways, forward. Okay? So if you get lost in it, again, make it your own. This is all about taking those 3 inhalations in and then just letting it go. So anything that's not serving you, let the energy leave your body. So when you're ready, let's take an inhale and then an exhale first. And we begin. Last, fold down. Slight bend in the knees, let the feet be hip width apart. You could take a hold of opposite elbows, rock from side to side. Let the head hang. Let the hands come to the earth. Inhale, slide all the way up, reach up. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to the heart, hands alongside the body. And shut the eyes. Notice the energy moving through your body. So sometimes in life, we get thrown a lot of challenges. And we get angry, resentful, we punish. Maybe not in big ways, but little ways, passive-aggressive ways, some in aggressive ways. This is a tool to regulate. So when we're feeling that energy coming to the yoga mat and just letting it go. You could open the eyes, inhale, reach the arms up, keep that energy. Exhale, hands to heart, very intentional, dissipating all that electric energy through the body. Inhale, reach up. We move through 3 Surya Namaskar A's. Exhale, fold down. So we're going to use that energy to fuel. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank position, pause here. Top of a push-up, pull your belly in. Nice and strong from the crown of the head down to the feet. So we can learn to use the energy in more productive ways. So instead of yelling at our friends or our family, we can use it to come into our practice. Move energy through the physical body, kind of bring that monkey primate part of ourselves alive. Take an inhale. Exhale, come down halfway. Keep the elbows in by the ribs. Inhale forward onto the feet, lift the thighs, open the heart space. Exhale, use the core, draw the hips back and up, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands, and we do another. So we learn to take that energy and place it where it can be productive. Inhale, halfway up. Hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale to the heart. Hands alongside the body. So maybe it's not yoga, maybe it's martial arts or dance or drawing, but place it somewhere productive. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. and not destructive, most importantly. Inhale up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower halfway, elbows in by the ribs. Inhale, forward, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, 2 breaths. So it's up to you to know your triggers, know the circumstances, the people that bring that hot electric energy up in you. And when it happens, taking space. Maybe you can't just run to your yoga mat, but maybe you can just take 5 breaths in and out. Closing the eyes. Slowly walk the feet forward to meet your hands. We become masters of our energy. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back to plank, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here, lift the right leg up behind you, leave it behind you. Keep the right hip rolling underneath the body. Exhale, knee to nose curl in. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to left elbow. And then set the right foot off to the left. Bring the left arm up. So we're coming into a fallen triangle, getting a little playful here. We'll call this Monkey Monday. Breathe. Exhale, slowly come back down with the left hand. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. Straight at first, roll the left hip underneath your body. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to left elbow, right elbow again. Left foot out to the right side, right arm stretching up. I almost forgot, guys. Fallen triangle. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Slowly walk the hands towards the back of the mat now. And as you fold, let the feet be hip-width distance apart and bring the hands to the lower back. Make a fist. Press the fist up behind you. Folding in. Regulating the heart and the breath, slowing things down before we speed them back up. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Come up halfway. Lift the toes, bring the palms underneath the feet for gorilla pose. Stepping on your palms, fold in. Let the elbows splay out. So you can feel the back line light up here as we fold. In Spanish, we say dobla. So doblar can also get a doblada here in Mexico, which is like a folded sandwich. So right now we are a doblada. So dobla tu cuerpo, folding your body down. Pesada, 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 muy heavy. So very heavy here, pesada. Take the hands out from underneath the feet. Take an inhale halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands and walk back to a plank position. So top of a push-up here. So we're building that fire again, getting nice and strong. Take the big toes together and begin to stack the left hip on top of the right, coming into side plank. Left arm stretches up. Maybe you lift the left leg as well. Maybe not. Maybe take that left foot into tree pose. Maybe the left arm stretches up overhead and forward. So anything that feels curious for you here. Maybe you take a hold of the left big toe and lift it up. And we've got lots of bus stops. Take an inhale. Exhale, plank position. Inhale. Exhale, opposite side. Right hip stacks on top of the left. Right arm stretching up. And you can always bring your left knee down here as well. So if you're going, ugh, this is too hard, Echo, make it your own. Maybe you lift the right leg. Maybe you take a bind or not. So this is just our time to get curious. Where are our edges? How do we embrace challenge? Take an inhale. Exhale, plank position. Lower to knees and chest or halfway chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend of choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, hold. And set the right foot down in front of you. Reach the arms up, high lunge. Sink into the right knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's twist to the right, left elbow outside the right knee, and do your best to not just dump the chest on the right thigh. Press through the right foot, lift the hips, keep the core engaged. We're going to play with our balance here. So you can look at me if you need to. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly step the left foot forward into a chair twist. Take an inhale. And exhale, press up to standing as you pull the left knee into the chest. So we're getting a little creative with our movement here. Hands to the hips. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee or the left foot, extending forward. Left arm stretching back. Can also just keep your left knee bent and hold your left knee in front of your chest. So many different levels here. Take an inhale. Exhale, here we go. More challenge. Keep that left leg lifted and straighten it out if you don't have it straight. Reach the arms up. Only here for a moment. Keep the left leg lifted. Inhale. Exhale, send the left leg back behind you, floating in space, arms forward, warrior three. You guys got this. It's a fiery practice, but life is fiery. So notice how you handle your discomfort and your fire on the mat and see how it translates to life. Let's take an inhale, bring that left foot down, reach the arms up, high lunge back to where we began. Good job. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back to plank, lower halfway. Inhale forward, cobra upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Very good. 2 rounds of breath here to ground. Inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the left foot through. Reach the arms up. High lunge. Sink into the left knee. So what we're doing here, as the yogis would say, is when we're using that energy that comes up through the center and we're dispersing it through the body, we call this sublimation, so we can learn to take the anger, the frustration, the heat, and we can move it through the full body and energize ourselves. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Twist to the left. Right elbow outside the left knee. Make sure you're pressing through the left foot to ground and rise. Core is engaged. So we're not just making shapes here. We're learning to be masterful in our energetic discharges and our energetic charges. So lots is happening here. Take an inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Sink into that chair twist. Inhale, rise, reach the arms to the hips, right knee into the chest. So you can stay here, or left hand to the outside of the right knee, or right foot, stretching the right leg forward, reaching the right arm back, twisting. Take an inhale. Exhale, keep the right leg lifted or extend it for the first time. Arms up. Core is engaged. Press through the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, sweep back, warrior three. Stay nice and strong. Ground through the left foot. Inhale, set the right foot down, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back to plank. Lower halfway or to knees and chest. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly walk the hands back towards the feet. Take your time. Take the hands to the lower back, make a fist, press the fist up behind you, let the head drop in. Slight bend in the knees. And regulate here. Cool the breath. Let the heart rate slow down. Hands to the earth, lift the toes, bring the hands underneath the feet, gorilla here, let the elbows splay out, fold in. So in Spanish, this is called dobla, comes from the verb doblar, to fold. And in Mexico, they have these amazing sandwiches called dobladas. So it's just a folded food. So we're just human sandwiches here, human dobladas. So dobla tu cuerpo, fold your body. Y respira, respira, respira. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And very slowly, lento, lento, lento. Take the hands out from underneath the feet. Slowly walk the hands forward into a plank position. Straight line of energy. Last plank here. Rounding slightly the upper back. So that space between the scapula, where our trapezius and rhomboids are. Take an inhale. Exhale, one last vinyasa. Knees and chest. Or come down halfway. Inhale for your heart opening. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come down to the knees. Standing tall on the knees, we want to end with opening the heart here, using that energy to bring some lightness into the world. Hands wrapping around the hips, tuck the toes. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, open the heart space, slowly begin to look up And maybe back. Maybe the hands come towards the heels if that feels comfortable. And dropping in. Two more breaths. And slowly, slowly coming back up. Untucking the toes. Sink back onto the heels. And you can let the knees go a little bit wider, but I'd encourage keeping them in closer. Let the chest come down if you're heavy chested here or have a little bit more belly. Then go ahead and create some space. Everybody is different. Fold down. Let the arms come back behind you. So we relax the shoulders, forehead to the earth. And knowing that, just like on the mat, off the mat, if we feel a bit of overwhelm coming up, if we lose our breath or the body becomes electric and heated, if we feel that anger coming up or frustration, we find ways to ground ourselves like we are here. End of our practice, allowing ourselves to be supported and nourished by the earth beneath us. We can do this in everyday life as well. Slowly peel the chest up. Find a comfortable seat so you don't need to shift around too much. Just land. Hands resting on the knees, shoulders relaxed. And deep breaths in through the nostrils, out through the nostrils. And no matter where you are in the world, maybe you're feeling super excited today, curious. Maybe you're feeling very lonely and angry and frustrated. Know that each state is temporary. We like to embrace and celebrate those moments of ecstasy and joy, but also part of living a more full life is dancing with our shadows, so embracing the anger, the frustration, learning to use that energy, sublimating it, turning it into fuel for the body, and using it in a productive way. Hands to heart center, bowing head to heart. The war and warrior within me honors the war and warrior within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I encourage you to continue on your path. Subscribe here. There are so many amazing instructors here on YOGATX. And take care of yourself. Use this practice as medicine. And if you want to practice with me again, I'm here every Monday. So you can find hundreds of free videos on yoga and meditation and different philosophical lectures if you're feeling connected, and reach out. I would love to hear from you. And until then, I see you next Monday.